Thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. Today's the 2nd of January 2012. Woohoo! And this year started with a rockin' bang. And I would like to thank, right off the top, Debbie Cook. And I will tell you a little bit about her that I know. She was in the Sea Org, which is Scientology's big, you're committed there for 1 billion years. She was in it for 29 years, 17 of which she was the captain of the Flag Land Base in Clearwater, Florida, which is, like the head running the Flag Land Base. Very nice woman, very smart, and did a great job. Was in touch with a lot of the public, right? And why that's important is recently, I believe it was New Year's Eve night, she sent out an email to 12,000 public about some of the outpoints that are going on in the Church of Scientology. She did it as a church member in what they call good standings, meaning, she's not declared suppressive, she's not, on ethics lines or anything like that. She's just a person communicating how she feels. The problem with that is, per L. Ron Hubbard, a high crime. And so we'll see what happens with it. But in the meantime, it's basically gone viral around the internet. And Tony Ortega picked it up in the Village Voice, and that ran for a while. I'm not sure if he's taken it down. I think she asked to have it taken down, which for me is one of the most ironic things. Because, I worked with the top secret mafia in the Church of Scientology, with them having me open up these anonymous accounts way before Anonymous hit. This was in the 90s, right? And I was opening up these anonymous accounts. They weren't telling me what they were doing. Once I realized what they were doing, which was stopping free speech, spamming everything down, I left Scientology very shortly after that. But that is what they do. And I realized once I got out, they just have no clue. And I said it in 2000 to David Miscavige in Magoo Dancing in Boston. You can Google that video and watch it. But I said, there's an army out here, and they are the people that are going to bring down the Church of Scientology. Not really the ex-Scientologists so much. Because, ex-Scientologists will kind of just like Debbie. She'll send out her email, she'll say what she'll say, but then she'll be gone or whatever. Whatever will happen, will happen. They're good at getting people to, kind of move along or be quiet or whatever. But critics and anonymous, they don't have any vested interest. They don't have family that are stuck in the church. They don't have friends that are stuck in the church. And they can see it exactly for what it is and call it for what it is too. And that's really great. So it's a fantastic thing. But I really realized once I got out, they just don't have a clue about the internet. They don't get it. I mean, just the fact that she would post this email about these outpoints, which I'll post in the link so you can read it. And read some of the other follow-ups, because there's a lot of history about her that other people add on to it that's pretty interesting, too. But, the fact that she wrote saying, please don't post about this on the internet, it's like, right. They don't get social networking. They just don't. They really don't. They think they're still in their little Truman Show, and they can keep everything in their Truman Show, and nobody else knows. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't believe the stuff that most of you people know that a lot of them aren't even aware of. Paulette Cooper, what went down with that? A lot of people don't have any idea what went down with that. Lisa McPherson, most people don't have any idea what went down with Lisa McPherson. Just very major things. Xenu, a lot of people in the Church of Scientology have never heard that word. It's a very secret word, and think of it like a triangle, and you have to get way up here before you're even going to be exposed to it. So tons of people that are in it never have even heard that word. So a lot of things that you people know that have access on the internet and the ability to read and look and listen, you're very aware of these things, that they are just literally not, they're kind of brainwashed to not look at it, and they're convinced that, if they looked at it or read it, it would hurt them. And Hubbard said, it's not just this lifetime, it's lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, right? So it's really this long hoe that, you've agreed with that, oh yeah, okay, I've got to fight these guys and, not listen to what they have to say, because that'll be really bad for me and everybody else. Which it isn't at all. If you're lurking, keep reading, keep looking, keep listening. Think about when you were a young kid and your parents said, look at both sides, compare the information, make up your own mind. It's still true to this day. And why should Scientology be different? They're not. They're not at all, except to themselves. They think they are. And Debbie, I want to really thank you. One of her upsets was about the IAS, which is the International Association of Scientology. It really ticked me off, too, because I was a HASI member, which was the Hubbard Association of Scientologists International. And I bought a lifetime membership. Lifetime means what? Your whole life, right? But once Miscavige took over, he was like, all right, that's it. We're creating the IAS. Everyone has to be an IAS member. And we were like, well, wait a minute. Where's that in writing? Because Hubbard was always like, if it isn't in writing, it isn't true. And the guy who was selling it, who was in charge of it, said, you know, you auditors are the only ones that are really giving us a hard time about this. And that's because the auditors are grilled and grilled and grilled. If it isn't in writing, it isn't true, right? And it wasn't in writing about IAS. And we were HASI members. So it was like, you know, why do we have to become this other thing? But you did end up having to become it. I got my money back for IAS. Yes. Ha ha, David Miscavige. I've told you forever, TikTok, time is on our side. And the day that you realize that and start actually communicating with the people that are out here, we the people that work for years for the Church of Scientology, you might have a chance. But you do, as long as you run this program like you're running it, we are continually, you can just count on, we can just sit back and have popcorn at this point. It's all on the net. The information's there. People have access to it. There's no way you can shut it down. You used to put on your little net nanny and that shut everybody off from being able to read the bad side of stuff. But that doesn't work anymore because people have access all around the world to the computers. You know, at their work, at a coffee shop, you know, in the library, you know, it's many different places. They can go over to their mother's house and their mother has a computer and they can type in Scientology and, oh my gosh, look at this. So the net nanny used to block all that out. But those days are over. Ain't going to happen, babe. So anyway, thank you to Debbie Cook. I know you're not really hoping for any thank you from the SPs, because in your little letter you say you're in good standings, and we'll see how long that goes. But keep up the good work, whatever you do. And for all of you that are thinking of coming out, come on out. We are having an excellent time. I say it all the time because that you are brainwashed to think that you are the only guys having fun and we're having a horrible time. And that isn't true. It just isn't true at all. I had a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful New Year's Eve. It was one of the best ever. And so there you go. I love all of you guys. For everyone who has helped in any way, shape, or form in exposing the abuses of the Church of Scientology, thank you so much from me. And I hope you have a fantastic 2012. I think it's going to be a good year for all of us. And this was an excellent start. All right, so there you go. Peace out. I love you guys. And read the links here, too. Okay, bye.